Farmers for Trump. Farmers for Trump. Y'all might want to get in here. I know you're going to want to get in here for this one. And have a seat while you're at it. Because when I finish telling you what I just learned, your knees going to buckle. Okay. One of the first things the Trump administration did when they got into office was they went against all those deals that the government, that Biden administration made with y'all, with the farmers, right? They reneged on contracts. They didn't bring in the last payment they were supposed to bring in. A lot of y'all are losing y'all farms because of that, right? Because they reneged. There's this company called Acre Trader. I've mentioned this company before. This company, one of the first investors was a guy named JD Vance. Yes, the vice president y'all voted into office. JD Vance was one of the first investors. Guess who were investing along with JD Vance? South Africans. You get where I'm going? South Africans were investors. Many of them. So now fast forward to today. You guys are losing your land. Right? Trump just brought and is still bringing over thousands of South Africans. You get where I'm going? He's bringing in thousands of South Africans. Where you think those South Africans gonna end up? Where you think they're going? Acre Trader has confiscated, or you can say purchased, whatever. I think they say it's about over 40,000 acres. The farmers that have already lost your land, I want y'all to do yourself a favor. Drive by. Give it a little minute, but drive by and see who the new owners of your farms are. Gotcha. They got y'all. They got y'all damn good. Do you see this was a plan? Do you see it was a plan? Now y'all see it. They played y'all the entire time. They've been playing y'all they've been playing y'all before November 4th. They knew what they were going to do when they got in there. All they needed y'all to do was fall for that old okie dokie again. You know that okie dokie that y'all never learned from. Where the wealthy white people use your hatred against black people and tell you that you are better than the most intelligent, most educated black man while they constantly picking y'all pockets. Well, now they done picked your land up under you. Y'all keep thinking that these rich white people are on y'all side. What you don't understand is the rich white people see y'all the same as they see us. You ain't got money. You're no use to them. You're pawns. They like to move y'all around the board. But on their level, never. In their circle, never. How many of y'all been out to Mar-a-Lago? Farmers. MAGA. How many times y'all been down to Mar-a-Lago? How many times has he actually invited you in his home, in his surroundings? I know how many times he done offered to a price tag for y'all to come see him. But how many times has he ever opened his doors to where he is? You guys would never be in that circle. JD Vance was in this company, invested in this company before he even became vice president. Think about that. Now we got all these South Africans coming over here. And if they just so happens to wind up on your land that you lost because they reneged on those contracts, y'all got played. Y'all got faked completely out of your acres. They played y'all to the freaking hilt because you refuse to learn this age-old lesson. The rich white man ain't your friend. You are his tool that he uses. That's it. And y'all never learn. Because they know one thing they can pull on y'all. They know that one thing they can dig at it's gonna always be paid. It's gonna be pay dirt. Always. And that's that hatred for black people. They know all they got to do is hammer on that, and they can pick y'all pockets clean. Well, now they done pick y'all out of thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of land because you refuse to learn.
A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome back to another episode of my YouTube channel. And something is happening in rural America and it's not making headlines the way it should. Picture this: generations of hard-working American farmers, many of them conservative, many of them Trump supporters, are losing their lands. Yes, the very people who rally behind the promise to make America great again are quietly being stripped off their farms. What's worse than that? That land, over 40,000 acres of it, isn't just disappearing, it's being scooped up, bought, owned by an investment firm called Acre Trader with ties to high-ranking political figures, and get this, wealthy South African families that, according to some reports, are now being welcomed to farm the lost land by Americans. Now, let us be clear. This is not about race baiting. This is about betrayal, economic manipulation, and how ideology was weaponized to blind people to a setup. A setup that some are calling a modern day form of colonization on American soil. And if that sounds wild to you, don't worry. We are unpacking every layer of it. Listen up. This story is layered with irony, pain, and yes, karma. But what matters most is how we got here and what makes this means for all Americans, black, white, rich, poor, because when land is stolen through policy and profit, none of us are safe. So let us break it down.
Hatred never wins. You are so filled with hatred. You're so consumed by it. Nothing means more to you. That is costing you everything you have. And some of y'all, some generational farms are lost, gone, because y'all just have to have that hatred more than y'all need air. It's sad. But it's funny too, because, they say a fool and his money will soon part. Well, it looks like that's so damn true. Y'all refuse to learn, and they keep getting y'all. All these South Africans coming over here, they're going to cut all you MAGA Trump voters here that's been on SNAP benefits, that's had Medicaid, that depends on your Social Security checks, the veteran benefits. All of that is being taken away from you and gift wrapped to these South Africans that's coming. Yeah, they're getting the full benefits of everything. They're going to get housing assistance. They're going to get Social Security. They're going to get free phones. They're going to get SNAP. Everything they cutting from you, they giving to them. They prefer them over y'all. Y'all were just useful tools. That was it. Donald Trump even told y'all at them rallies, I don't care about y'all, I just want your vote. But y'all looked at him as a comedian instead of a politician. What you should have been doing was using him as your source of entertainment. Y'all should have been going to his shows. But putting your livelihood in his hands, that was the biggest mistake y'all ever made. And the second biggest mistake is not learning from the first one. So, for those of y'all who've lost y'all land, all them Nebraska farmers and all those Iowa farmers and all y'all who went, bum rushed that damn poll and voted for Trump and JD Vance, they got y'all. They got y'all. Oh, they played y'all real pretty. When I say they used y'all weakness against you, and who better to know your weakness than your own? So think about it like that. While y'all busy hating us, while y'all busy detesting us, while y'all busy dreaming about unaliving us and watch us bleed and watch us hang, while y'all doing that, you really should be looking at them with that type of hatred, because we can't take from you what they taking from y'all. Even y'all hatred directed at the wrong group. You love your enemy. You are in love with the rich white man. And the rich white man is your enemy. You'll never be on their level. Never. Not in their eyesight. And as you can see, they know they can play y'all like a fiddle. JD Vance is paid. The South Africans have a way paid for them to come into acres and acres of land. They used to be held by Americans. So what are y'all going to do when they start deporting y'all off? So you never thought it was going to come to your doorstep, did you? Oh, it's on its way. It's on its way. You didn't vote just for our demise. You didn't know it, but you were voting for your own. And it's here. Go in and look at it. Go research it. Look into it. See when JD Vance, how much of a part of Acres Trader, JD Vance is. And then look and see how many South African investors there are. And then I want you to come back and tell me with one big old smile on your face, is it great again yet? I don't know.
If you're wondering where all these South Africans are going to go, don't worry. They already had a plan in place. And it was called Acre Trader. That's right. They already took the farmland from farmers who were failing. As a matter of fact, they have about 40,000 acres of farmland that they took from American farmers because they wouldn't give them subsidies. Acre Trader is an American real estate investment company that specializes in farmland. It says here that the company aims to increase investor access to real estate assets and provides capitals to farmers and growers to expand their business. But what they failed to leave out here is that the first investor into Acre Trader was none other than JD Vance. You know JD Vance, the one who was in charge of the White House with the president who is cutting all the subsidies to the farmers? Yeah, that JD Vance. And what they also failed to mention is the fact that the people who were investing, yeah, they were South Africaners. And guess who just came to America to go on these farms? That's right, you guessed it. Are you sick of it yet? Are you sick of it yet? $880 billion being pulled from Medicaid so they can fund tax money going to the rich. Your farmland being taken away from American farmers and being given to South African refugees. People being human trafficked all over the United States and outside of this country for financial gain. Minimum wage is $7.25. Hasn't been raised since 2009. You can't afford health care. You can't afford your car insurance. You're probably not going to be able to buy a home anytime soon. And grocery prices are through the roof. And guess who's going to own your food now? The People's Sick Day is coming. It's going to be a 1 to 3 day collection of people who are going to take back their power by setting down. No more showing up for work when you're making peanuts and they're giving away your farmland to foreigners. You better join us, because unless we stand up, none of us are going to win this fight. If you're wondering where all these South Africans are going to go, don't worry.
Please go back and watch that young lady's video. If you have not already seen it, you really should watch it. I already knew something else was bigger at play. We already knew something else was bigger at play. Any way they can profit, they're going to try to fucking profit. We already knew something else was at play. Now, remember when I sat up there and I said, when are the racist whites going to start realizing that they've been fucking played? Now should be about the fucking time. They set those farmers up to fail by cutting the fucking subsidy. And when they cut the subsidy, they failed. So now that they've failed, they've confiscated the land to use to give to those people. So they literally got something for nothing. When I say this shit's about to get so fucking interesting, it's supposed to get so interesting because look where I'm driving. Every day, I commute through farmland. Every day. And I already know who owns these farms. I already know who owns this land. His supporters. So now that he set his own, and I mean, I need y'all to really think about that with me. He set his own fucking supporters up to fail. He set them up to fail so that he could profit off of them. Y'all motherfuckers don't feel stupid yet? Y'all don't feel played yet? Remember I told y'all this shit, it's about to get interesting. Because they've been sitting here fighting for this imaginary ass motherfucking race war that they swear black people don't own guns for. They've been sitting here fighting for this race war. Meanwhile, they ass been on the chopping block too. They just didn't know that they was on the fucking chopping block too. So y'all help get this man back in power just for him to shit on you. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Good morning. Those South African refugees that are coming over, guess where they're going? Anybody want to guess? Yeah, JD's company, JD Vance. He's been buying up farmland. Farmland. Farmland that all you farmers can't afford anymore. So JD's company bought it. And the refugees, the white ones from South Africa, that's who's going to be doing the farming. So all you farmers who voted for Trump and lost your land to JD Vance, now your farmland's going to be farmed by refugees. From South Africa. True story. Yep. That's what you voted for. Fuck around and found out.
Africans are gonna go. Don't worry. They already had a plan in place.
I'd be willing to bet all these South African refugees that are coming here have direct ties to the Musk family and to the guy that Musk created PayPal with, the guy that's behind JD Vance, basically, the guy that made JD Vance. Because the pipeline from Acre Trader to JD Vance to that guy to South Africa is pretty fucking clear. So these people probably have ties to those families. Also, Tiffany Trump, her ex-husband, South African mining family. The line is lining, okay? Like, it's there. These people don't need to escape persecution. They're not being persecuted, okay? They're not. I would be willing to bet you these are very wealthy South African families that are coming here. But you know, hey, those American farmers, they'll do great sharecropping for those people, won't they? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. It'll be wonderful to watch those people living in their homes and they can work the fields for those South African people. Great. Perfect. Lovely. I love it. I love this for you, MAGA farmers. I love this for you.
I want to add to this as being a farmers. The black community has been screaming at us for 400 years about this. And what did you do? Because you thought your would save you? She's right. You got played. And we tried telling you this. And you didn't want to listen. They weren't the only ones. I was screaming it too. But you don't listen. Why? Now you lost everything. Was it worth it? Do you still support him? I think most of you do. because you're not getting outraged. Now you got South Africans coming over here from apartheid South Africa. Go look that word up. Colonizing your shit. Typical. And they did it to the black community too, back in the day when they gave them the land. They confiscated it all over again. Yeah. Now it's happening to you, and you deserve everything you get for not looking into Project 2025. We screamed it. You thought, oh, you're fear-mongering. Misinformation, fake news. That's all you ever do. That's all you ever say. That's all you can ever respond with. Because you can't grasp this concept that our government would do this to a fellow. I grew up poor. They've been screwing us poor people for a while. Think I was privileged enough to be able to buy land? Absolutely not. And that half of you were handed these farms from ancestors, and you just lost it all. Are you angry enough? Are you ready to join this side to fight? Because it's a fight of the fittest. We need you. This country needs you. And you basically told us to go F ourselves. But yet here we are, still fighting for you. Do you do that for us? No, you still think we're fear-mongering? We're libs. We're gonna stick it to them! Yeah. Now who got it stuck to them? Karma has a funny way of turning around and biting people in the rear end. How you like that bite? It's sad. It's sad. All you had to do is do some homework. And you chose not to. You chose to sit here and listen to Fox News and to listen to Orange Man, Cheeto Dust, instead of listening to everybody else. They're all right, but the rest of the world is wrong, right? The world, I said, not the United States. The world. None of them like him. Because they're trying to be an authoritarian, a dictator. And you like that. You like to be told what to do. Yeah. So it's funny when you think that wall went up to keep them out. It's to keep you in. You're about to go work for them apartheid South Africans. You gonna start fighting? Screaming at the top of your lungs like we have? To try and save you? Ungrateful people like you. We know, or I know, how it is to not have nothing to eat. What you do? We need you. And you chose to tell us to go screw ourselves. It's not okay. So, I'm still willing to fight for you. Hell, you could have even came to this app and said, look, I'm about to lose my shiznit if you didn't vote for him. But nobody's going to help somebody that voted for this. We would have been more than happy to come together as a community to help our fellow farmers. because we need food too. Welcome to the poor side.
You know, considering this deep dive and breakdown, to be honest, it is starting to make a lot of sense. Did you see this video?
So folks, as you may know, a group of Afrikaners, white South Africans have come over to the United States this week, and it's first load of South Africans to assist and help revitalize the farming industry in the United States, and it's quite controversial, as you know. Well, Donald Trump is very disappointed to find out that this group of people who just came over this week actually have no farming experience. They have no knowledge of farming, and then none of them actually had farms in South Africa.
And did you see more other videos of people that are saying this?
You know, I've never seen a group of refugees that look this damn healthy in my life. Truly obese refugees. I mean, I think that's an oxymoron, obese refugee. But no, for real though.
I had to leave a 5-bedroom house, my car behind, my dogs behind.
This white man just said he left his 5-bedroom house to come over here. I didn't know it was that damn bad over there in South Africa. Damn. These are some extraordinary refugees. I mean, a sacrifice to leave your 5-bedroom house and car to come over here to America. That, you know what I mean? That's sacrifice, man. To be honest, a lot of us couldn't do it, family. Imagine having a 5-bedroom house and saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go just leave it all.
So guys, let's start with the betrayal. According to several sources, one of the Trump administration's early moves was to renege on exiting deals with farmers, promises of subsidies and payments that were simply never delivered. Generational farmers found themselves in a crisis. No income, no support, and of course, no land. And while many were still reeling, Acre Trader, a farmland investment firm, stepped in. This company, which boosts investors like JD Vance, now the vice president, began buying up land from struggling farmers. Over 40,000 acres reportedly. That's not just land, that's legacy. That's food, that's power. Now, here's where it gets really uncomfortable. Alongside JD Vance, wealthy white South Africans, some with direct ties to the company, are being brought to America. Some are described as refugees, but reports claim many left behind mansions and estates in South Africa. They are not fleeing, they are investing. And guess what? Where they are landing? On the same farmland, on American soil, working or overseeing land that was just stripped from the very people who were promised it will be protected. And you might be asking yourself, how did this happen? Okay, allegedly, it's being said that Trump and Vance political machine used farmers' trust, weaponized their resentment, their fears, and sold them a dream. But when the cameras left, they cut the subsidies, left them to fail, and rolled out the red carpet for new owners, investors from across the ocean. And guys, it gets even darker. Some says these farmers are being rehired to work on the same land they once owned. Modern day sharecropping, but with a cruel twist of irony. If this were happening in reverse, if black farmers were losing land to foreign investors, the outrage would be national. So where's the coverage now? Because it's not just about farmers. The SNAP benefits, veteran aid, Medicaid, all reportedly being stripped from American citizens and redirected to these incoming families. Whether that's accurate or not, the perception is one of betrayal. Now guys, here's the kicker. Black farmers have warned about this for decades, of course, and they faced discrimination, foreclosure, and government neglect. And when they raised the alarm, they were ignored. And now, palm-colored farmers are facing the exact same fate. And the folks they trusted aren't just silent, they are on it. So guys, as I come to the end of this video, we need to take a deep breath here because this is not just a farming issue. I can say it is a wake-up call, and let's talk about the patterns. What we're seeing is not an accident. It's a blueprint, and once that's been played out globally, and now it's happening in America. So, step 1, promise the people prosperity. Tell them they're chosen. Feed them nationalism. Step 2, pull the rug. Strip them off the resources, collapse the safety net. Step 3, let the vultures come and invest the list, the insiders. Step 4, blame the other immigrant, the poor, the black, and the brown. So it was just systemic and rinse and repeat the same thing over and over again. So this time, the so-called others aren't who you'd expect. They are white, South African, rich, and invited. That's what makes this story so volatile, so complicated, because it disrupts the usual script. We often talk about taking America back, but the question is, who is taking it back and from whom? So the American farmer wants the image of greed, independence, patriotism is now being repackaged as a casualty of capitalism, of political chess. Their anger was manipulated, the votes were exploited, and when it was all said and done, they were left with nothing. So the real question here comes, is this poetic justice or systemic evil? Some say it's karma for turning a blind eye to injustice, for embracing hate, for trusting billionaires who never had their back. Others say it's just another tactic in the game of divide and conquer. But I want to tell you the truth that we can't afford to celebrate anyone's downfall, not even because those who are wrong, because if this can happen to them, it can happen to any of us. Today, it's the farmers. Tomorrow, maybe renters, then workers, then students. If land, food, and benefits can be redirected by policy and private interests, none of us are truly secure. This video is not about dunking on anyone. It's a warning, of course. So you guys must watch who you trust, watch who you fund your politicians, watch where the land is going, because while the media tells you to fear immigrants and protests, the real power moves are quiet. They happen on paper, in closed rooms, in deals you'll never see until it's too late. And for the American farmer, it may be already be too late. So you might be asking yourself, what can we do, or what you American farmers can do? Expose it, question it, reject fake populism and demand real justice. We look past race and see the class war in plain sight. And most of all, we stop falling for the bait, because the only thing scarier than losing land is losing the truth. So guys, as we come to the end, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below, especially if this story shocked you. We've got more coming, so stay tuned. Peace out.